Hi, everybody. This is Andrew again. I'm meeting up with another giant. His name is Asher Stern from BuyFresh. So we're just going to be learning a bit more about what they do and how they actually work with OfferForge. Asher, how do you do?
How's it, Andrew? Thank you so much for having me on the show, and hello to all of the OfferForge listeners.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. So without a further ado, in a nutshell, what does BuyFresh do?
So BuyFresh is an online grocery delivery service. We currently service the Cape Town and wider Cape Town network of suburbs. Our key value proposition and what makes us unique and special amongst the very competitive market that's a lot of attention's been drawn to amongst COVID and all of the restrictions that have been in place is we provide access to market for small independent food producers, brands, and farmers locally, and allow them to have a very curated and consolidated opportunity to sell their products to a wider network of discerning customers that are shopping for goods online. And we've managed to build an entire supply chain from scratch using small local businesses. And I think that's what we're all about, is giving this opportunity to small independent brands, the opportunity to compete with the big boys.
Wow, gee whiz. Okay, awesome story. Well, then we understand that you're a father and son team, and tell us a little bit more about you guys' backgrounds.
So I started BuyFresh about 2.5 years ago, and yes, my dad is one of our co-founders. I think a lot of the thinking behind the business was kind of achieved by looking up to him and what he was in the industry doing. He ran a business that supplied the hospitality industry for 25 years successfully in Cape Town with meat and poultry products, and specializing in really high quality products that would go to your slightly more sophisticated coffee shops, restaurants, hotels, caterers. And we kind of ever since I could remember, there was always this my parents and their friends were over, and I can remember when I was a lighty and a youngster, being the person that would serve the drinks to everyone at the dinners and things like that, and help clear the plates and whatnot, and my parents' friends. And my parents' friends always used to say to me, when they came over for Bryce, they're like, we absolutely just love coming over to your guys' place and to visit your parents because we always treated with such unbelievable food. And it struck me from a young age, that this kind of resonated with me, and it was something that I kind of realized that there's obviously something different to what my parents were putting out from a product perspective for their friends to enjoy over dinner, to what potentially others were getting for themselves, from in their personal capacities, and this was actually validated as I got older, and I was in university, and my friends started to start renting out their own digs and apartments, and I would rock up with my meat for the brings and braais, and I was the braai master, obviously watching my dad braai for all these guests. I became the braai master. Wow. And essentially we used to kind of with the brings and braais, everyone would have little bits and bobs from all these different cuts of meat that everyone would just kind of share, and I would rock up with these immaculately cut lamb chops and these big steaks, and everyone while I was braaiing, I would put the food onto the table, and I would carry on finishing up, and by the time I turned around, all of the products I brought were on everyone else's plate.
Oh, get out of here. That's insane.
With everyone else's bits and bobs, which was obviously still pretty decent, but I mean there was obviously again a validation on the product, and I think what that came down to was this really high quality product that my dad would source, and I think that was the initial foundation and idea around why we created BuyFresh, was how can we get these amazing products from these small independent producers to customers in a direct to consumer context, and I think we started out with the meat and poultry offering on BuyFresh, focusing on free range and grass fed meat from local producers. And we've rapidly deployed our basket into 108 different subcategories and subcategories with 1,500 different products on our website.
Wow, that's a huge range. That's awesome. I mean, the story that you just told me now just sort of resonates with me. I have a cousin of mine who does that, but then they don't gobble his food up as much as they probably did yours. So kudos to you with that one. And well, we found that you guys have delicious recipes on your website. Which one is your favorite?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think the one thing that we're trying to do differently from other brands in South Africa is we're trying to appeal to the home chef, and we're not trying to put like this super aspirational professional chef or like celebrity chef in front of customers. We're trying to put like everyday people in front of our customers and building this community around our brand. So, what we've done is we've found these really awesome like content creators on the different social media platforms, and we've basically like given them our ingredients and asked them to create these different recipes using our products. And I think the stuff that they produce, the recipes they make are like, fit for recipe books. I mean, they really are just spectacular recipes using our ingredients as a foundation for them. And I think, the ones that really, the one that stands out for me the most, and the one that I tried at home, and it has obviously has a South African flair to it, but one of the content creators, his name's the Enthusiast Kitchen, created a recipe, a nacho recipe using some of our free range biltong, and it was an absolute slam dunk. I mean, wow. I served it for some friends, had some ice cold beers. It was an absolute, sensational recreation of the nacho dish, and it really is good.
Gee whiz. Now you got my mouth watering already. I've seen some of your recipes from your website. Pretty awesome. I actually just wanted to find out where you get some of those recipes, but then I think you actually did touch bases on that. So 2020 happened then, Asher, and a lot of companies weren't working as they sort of used to and stuff like that, or they had to sort of change their business models and stuff like that. So how did you guys manage to stay relevant or stay afloat, or stay within the COVID lockdown time or frame? How did you guys manage to still stay relevant? I'd say I think maybe I should keep it at simple.
Yeah, so I mean, our business, our business was fortunately positioned very positively for COVID. The one thing that is very true about this African market, is that the e-commerce segment was very underdeveloped, and I think there wasn't many players offering grocery solutions for customers, and I think our business was really well poised, to take advantage of the additional demand that came as a result of COVID. And ultimately we did receive a really high level of traction and volumes as a result of the lockdown and the restrictions, which we're very grateful for. I think that did present our business with a lot of challenges. Suddenly we were doing a certain number of orders a day, and next second we were doing like 5 times that on a daily basis. And I think we ran into a whole bunch of scalability issues and challenges that we needed to solve around logistics and operations, which really did allow our business to scale. And I think we've come out of the lockdown levels and restrictions, and in a really good position to kind of continue validating our business model over the next couple months and years to come.
Absolutely. Gee whiz. Okay, now that's wonderful news, guys. Well, this is just maybe a bit of on a personal note. I did mention that I'm not just going to ask anything a bit intrusive. So this is just a little bit of a fun question. We just wanted to find out from your side, what is your favorite holiday destination?
So my favorite holiday destination, I'm a sucker for the beaches. I must say that the times that I have been to Greece, have been unbelievable. Fortunately enough to visit there a couple times, and some of the beaches and around Greece, especially Mykonos, are just some of the best in the world. And it's very cute for the couples and things like that. But I haven't been there yet with my significant other. So we'll save that I'll put a pen in that for another time.
Okay, cool stuff. As long as you put it on your bucket list, that's perfectly fine. So what is your ultimate comfort food then?
Comfort food, it must be a pizza. I mean, it's a no-brainer, that one.
Noted, got that. And what book are you reading at the current moment?
I'm about to start Shoe Dog.
Whoa.
From the Nike founder.
So you still pondering when to start it, or is this something that you
Yeah,
have set a date for?
yeah. It's next to my bedside table.
Uh,
The bookmark is ready to go. It just hasn't, the first page hasn't been flipped yet.
oh yeah,
To be honest, been a bit slow on the book front this year. It's just been a very action packed with the start to the
absolutely,
year and
absolutely,
knuckling down, getting things going.
very
But
true.
generally, the books I like to read are very entrepreneurial focused. Books like
Absolutely.
Velocity
Oh,
was one of the books I've
nice.
read recently. Chaos Monkey,
Wow.
just to name a few. But generally, startup or any books that involve entrepreneurship are generally the ones I look to get involved with.
Well, I'm adding those to my library, so thank you so much for that. And what's the most interesting meal that you've ever bought there, Asher?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, like what comes to mind is, in the streets of Thailand, they serve all sorts of different insects to you, freshly grilled with
Oh,
a side of soy sauce. And I'd say, eating
Jesus.
scorpions is probably the most interesting thing I've ever eaten. Yeah.
Oh no, get out of here. Really?
Yeah. Grilled
Oh,
scorpion. Yeah. With a dash of soy. It's very interesting.
grilled.
Grilled.
You
Yeah.
see
Grilled.
how my face is squirming out. So does it taste like
No,
chicken?
no, it's so bad, dude. It's really, I don't recommend it. But it's one of those
Oh,
things you do
thank you.
when you're there. So it's,
Nah, nah.
yeah.
I'll know
So
not to put that on my bucket list. So thank you so much for that info. That's a good tip. Thanks a lot. And you've been running with OfferForge's affiliate program since 2020. How's that been so far for you guys?
yeah, so I think we launched the channel just before the year end. I think
Hmm. Yep.
it has been something that we've identified as an interesting opportunity for us going forward. I think
Hmm.
one of the things that I do want to work with you guys on this year
Yep.
is to provide opportunity for some of the brands that we represent to
Uh-huh.
be almost affiliates for us in a B2B to C context.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that is something that I would like to work with you guys going forward. I think, as John mentioned prior to the start of the call, we are based in the Western Cape. So
Yep.
I know some of your publishers are, nationally focused.
Uh-huh.
Your affiliates are nationally focused. So I think what we would like to do is, double down on what we're good at and really give this, our affiliates, expand the affiliates network beyond just the online publishers to
Hmm.
physical bricks and mortar affiliates that can be agents for our brands and products as well, because we're already representing their products on our website.
Great stuff. Awesome stuff. Well, this is actually a question rather from our publishers, but they just wanted to find out from your side, according to you, what makes your brand unique?
Yeah, so I think when we started the business, we needed to find what our key differentiating factors were going to be and what value what we were going to add to our customers ultimately. And what the opportunity that what we see in front of us is that we really want to be the best and fresh. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes us unique compared to all of our competitors, is that we have the widest and largest and
Mhm.
most and highest quality driven basket of fresh products on our website. I mean, the quality of our products from fresh, ranging from the meat, poultry to the fish and seafood, baked
Yeah.
goods, dairy, it's all second to none, and no one else is able to really, none of the retailers are able to really offer these products
Yeah.
in their distribution channels. There
Yeah.
isn't the ability to procure this wide selection of locally sourced products in a marketplace around the country. There is no business that looks like BuyFresh
Yep.
nationally
Uh-huh.
that we've seen that has the scale that we have. So we really do feel like we're disrupting, and we have this ability to
Awesome.
really give these local independent brands the opportunity to sell their products on a very curated marketplace like the one that we provide.
Gee, stuff. Okay, now that's awesome news, hey. Well, you guys do actually rock, and you are very, very unique in that regard. And well, last question then, Ash, and then I reckon I'm just gonna sort of release you after this one here. So this is just from us saying, or rather asking you, why should affiliates or rather publishers join the affiliate program that you're in?
I think, going back to my previous points, I think, what we offer is completely unique, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of story to tell around our products. Nothing that we do is vanilla, and nothing about our brand is vanilla. It's something new that the South African market hasn't seen before, and
Uh-huh.
that's what makes it visually appealing and attractive proposition for their customers that they're trying to entice on their websites or whichever channels they're offering their affiliate programs through. And I think, we've just gone through a whole brand refresh now. I mean, the creatives that we have available, are really amazing. And I think, we really have big plans for our brand. I think one of our key objectives for 2021 is to move from being super, product focused to being more of a lifestyle brand. So you'll start seeing us work with a lot of other brands in unrelated categories like apparel and homeware to create added value products for our customers and create very bespoke and different marketing campaigns to kind of change customers' perception around what our brand is and represent our brand and products in a slightly different way, which we're really excited about.
It sounds very amazing. There's Asher. Well, Mr. Stern, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure to have this sit down and discuss the BuyFresh with us. And I would say thank you so much for everything else and good luck to BuyFresh going forward. But for now, I'll have to say thank you so much and goodbye.
Cool. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And a good afternoon to all the listeners. Cheers, eh?
Thank you so much. Cheers, Asher.
Cheers, bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's more videos that's going to come out and you'll always get updated. Awesome.